Hey guys, I hope you're having a beautiful day. It is beautiful here, so I thought I'd take the camera outside. Today I want to talk about something that's very, very frustrating when it comes to anxiety disorder in your overall recovery process or anxiety management process. And that's having certain symptoms. You grow to accept them. You get your initial reassurance. You respond the correct way, but as soon as those symptoms leave, something different, something new pops up. So frustrating. And it sucks because the more frustrated we get, the worse the symptoms get. Our frustration, our annoyance, our fear does zero favors when it comes to anxiety recovery and trying to get better. So there's a few different things that could be going on in this situation. First of all, I like to view anxiety symptoms as messages from the subconscious, that it's afraid, that it's scared, that it needs help, that it needs to feel safe. This can range from something, a soft message like maybe some tingling or numbness, or it can be your subconscious yelling at you via a panic attack. So basically all of your symptoms are just signs that the subconscious is uneasy and that it's scared, and we have to do our best to show that the symptoms aren't needed by changing our life, by facing our fears, fixing our root causes, changing our behaviors, changing our response, showing self-love, gratitude, being present. We have to fix the issue. So say you have chest pain and it's been going on for a long time. Finally, you accept that you don't have a heart problem, that things are okay, that things are fine. And then your chest pain starts to disappear, because once you're not afraid of it and you fully accept and you're responding the right way, the symptom seems to go away because you're not entertaining it with fear, because fear is gasoline on an anxiety fire. So your symptoms can start to dissipate, and you can apply this with any symptom that you've struggled with in the past. It goes away, you accept, and then you're like, oh man, I'm out of it. But guys, if you haven't drastically changed your life, if you haven't changed the way that you think, you're catastrophizing, your overreaction when you feel something, whether it's caused by anxiety or not, the message is just going to change. I believe that the message will change if the previous message is no longer getting your attention. So if you still have a lot of things to resolve in your life and to fix, the subconscious is going to make an attempt to get your attention in a different way. This could be, instead of having the chest pain, you can now move to stomach issues and IBS, or you can go to headaches. So I'm a big believer in this. I don't know how many other anxiety coaches or gurus or therapists believe in this, but I believe that the symptoms or the messages will change because you still have work to be done. You are not finished. You haven't put the nail in the coffin. You haven't fixed enough things in your life or in your thought process to move forward. The next thing that's going on, guys, is we become extremely sensitive to the things that we feel in our body. We practice listening, right, for symptoms. We can hear them almost. We have a superpower. So you're overly sensitive. You're hyper aware of everything that's going on in your body. So even whenever you start to get better, maybe you're getting a routine and you finally accept these symptoms, they start to dissipate. You still have a period of time that could be anywhere from weeks to months for some of you, where you're going to still be sensitized, right? Where you're going to be extremely sensitive to what you feel. And this could be to lingering anxiety symptoms, or maybe the message changing, or you just have a stomach ache one day, right? Or you just have a headache one day, right? So then we do the usual overreaction. What's this about? Why am I feeling this way? We go into all of our old behaviors, and then a new symptom cycle starts up. So again, the first reason is the symptoms or the message is changing because you still have work to be done. The second reason this is happening is that you're still in a sensitive state, even though maybe that you've made some changes or you've learned to accept the old symptoms for what they are, that they're anxiety symptoms, that you're healthy, you're sticking with the routine, but you still go through a period of time that could be weeks or months, and that varies depending on your severity of anxiety, where you're still going to be sensitive and you're going to feel things that other people might not even be able to feel. Now, unfortunately, guys, there are people that will go in and out of these cycles for many, 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 many years. 5 years was too long for me. But there are people that will get stuck up in these cycles for decades, and it's really unfortunate because a lot of the reason this happens is that you just go through the same emotions, you go through the same responses, you exhibit the same behaviors that you did each time you felt something new and different. And then whenever you put that focus and energy on it, you become symptom focused again on something new. And again, it's hard when it's a new symptom because it's scary. You've never felt it before. Then you make it a problem. You create a new habit of the mind and subconscious, you're entertaining it with fear, you're justifying that the symptom is needed. And now instead of chest pains, we're dealing with stomach pains, or we're dealing with headaches, or we're dealing with maybe it could even be mental symptoms like DPDR, things like that. And we've normalized this symptom, and it can happen very, very quickly. You can spend one day experiencing something new, and you can create something that can last for months or years, if you're not careful. So let that be motivation to change your responses, change your behaviors, change your old ways. That's why mine lingered and went on and on and on. I'd get out of one set of symptoms. Oh, thank God that's over. I'm never going back. And either because the symptom changed or the message changed because I didn't make drastic changes in my life, which is typically that was the main problem. Combine that with my sensitive nature of feeling everything, my hyper awareness. And then you go through all the wrong behaviors that you've done in your past and the wrong responses and the fear responses. And then you go into another freaking cycle. And then you got to basically start all over and go through all this. So the key is when you feel something new, you need to have some rules for yourself. I'm not going to Google. I'm not going to try to play doctor. You have to figure out what kind of pain level before you want to go to the doctor or to get a test done. You have to make that decision. I don't know what you're feeling in your body. So I had to come up with some rules, and you have to come up with your own rules. Am I bleeding, from anywhere? Am I, bent over in pain? Is it excruciating? How long has this been lasting? And, if it's been going on for a week, but hey, I didn't jump on Google. I haven't been giving it negative focus. I didn't overreact to it. I accept that it could just be something that passed, and I really am going through that process, and I've made those changes. I've created new highways, new neural pathways, and I'm sticking to them, and I'm still uncomfortable after a week or two, and I feel like in my heart of hearts that I have changed, and I'm going to make an appointment, right? You've made at least a conscious recovery. If the subconscious still has to catch up, that's okay, right? You've made a conscious recovery whenever you get past a certain set of symptoms. You've been through the cycle a few times, and when you feel something new, it's like you put your foot down and you're like, no, I am not going down that path again. I've created new ways of thinking, and it's time to put them into practice. And that's whenever that recovery is getting super close. If and maybe you're already there, actually, at least on a conscious level. I've got a problem with this. I always overreact. I jump the gun. I'm not doing that now, unless it's an emergency, or my pain is really high, or I'm, nauseous or vomiting or blood and all this stuff. I'm going to wait this out a little bit, and I'm not going to play Dr. Google. I'm not going to get on that. I'm not going to put a lot of negative focus. I'm not going to overreact, spiral, catastrophize, think of all the worst case scenarios, because I've changed. And I'm also not going to focus in on the symptom and magnify it with my fear. I'm going to go about my life, go about my day, continue to do the things that I've established in my life that help me get out of that dark hole of anxiety. And we're going to keep moving forward. And if I have to make an appointment, I got to make an appointment. But I trust myself, and that's when you're super close, if not already there. So you got to change your old behaviors. You can't just keep doing the same thing every time and expect, it to be different. Sure, there are symptoms that are scarier than others, but I don't know, man. In the beginning, whenever you feel something for the first time, it's scary, but we have to do the right stuff. Learn from your past and apply it whenever you feel something new. Go down in the comment section right now if you're still watching. Thank you so much for making it this far. I want you to comment a great affirmation. I will learn from my past. I will learn from my past. And remember, if you want more guidance out of your anxiety disorder, please check out the course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp, in the description and in the first pinned comment. Been cranking out those reviews. Just posted one a couple days ago, and then I just posted one about an hour ago. So you can find that on my community tab and on my IG or Facebook groups. You'll see that review, a very lengthy one, and really, really proud of that. And I'm proud of how much this course is helping people get to recovery and the difference that it's making in people's lives at a very affordable price, mind you. Things are not cheap anymore, but that course is very, very affordable. And through Teachable, they actually offer installments. So if you're, if you're really, really struggling, you can break it up into different payments if you're approved. So something to think about. But guys, that course is down there. Tons of videos and downloadables and stuff that are included. My coaching is changing people's lives as well. And in fact, that last review was like a coaching boot camp combo testimony. I've been talking to him for, about a year now, if you add up all the time that we've talked. And he's doing great. He's doing great. So if you're interested in coaching, send me an email. My email is in the description. And I will send you all of my information, and we'll see if we can jump on a call this coming week. But there's other resources down there, guys. I love you all. I love you all. Keep fighting. Don't give up. Don't give up. You can get out of this. But I'm going to leave you guys with that. I love you all, and keep fighting.